going on?
She look bad there, don't she?
Mm-hmm.
She look good in
she
her
look
little,
good on
her
the
sports.
They must have photo. I wonder if that was a lot of photo photo, whatever.
She still don't look 80-some years old, but she don't look as good as she did on
the
her
front cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah. But she still don't look 80-some years old. Mm-mm. She still look good though. Mm-hmm. Can't take it away from the lady, the old bird. All right,
the old bird.
She doing what Elon Musk did.
What?
When people working at home is destroying this country.
You know what? They're talking about that on the news because think about it. Okay,
she gives her reasons, but she's saying the same thing.
It's Elon Musk domino effect.
Yeah.
Think about when I used to work, we would go out for lunch. So we would support the restaurants, fast food places in the area where our job was located.
Yeah.
We would
you said.
We would have to pay gas to go there. So the gas stations was getting money.
Yeah.
We would buy coffee on the way there.
Yeah.
The coffee places. So, and then too, the buildings were not wasting money on air conditioning with only 2 people sitting there and the other 80 are at home.
So you're saying kind of what these people are saying.
To go back and fill
But we don't want to go back to work.
It looks like a ghost city. My sister and I we rode through doing Ubering. Through one area where I worked there 25 years ago. I worked there.
Down.
It was like a desert, like not a desert, but a ghost town.
Where you work, Mom? At UL.
Every building.
All empty.
It was empty.
But like ghost town.
And no cars in the parking lot. It was grass growing, weeds growing. I'm like, what are they going to do with those buildings? You suggested they make condos and apartments out of them.
Here's my thing. Wow. Anytime there's a shift in business or in the environment or the community, you got to roll with the punches and you got to shift with it. Yeah. So businesses have to shift with that. If I'm a restaurant and I'm not getting as many people coming because there's nobody at the business, then maybe I should start doing Uber and Grubhub and things like that and starting to push my food out to places outside of those companies.
People who are working from home.
Also food trucks. I'm noticing a lot of these businesses have food trucks.
Yes.
Don't come to us, we'll come to you.
Yes.
They'll be in shopping mall places and things like that. What, Mom? Yeah, she right.
I thought they were doing it themselves.
No, she's saying my mom sent her job. They sent a lot of stuff over the country. Other countries.
My mom's old country. I'm country.
You know see how you do what I do.
My mom's old company. They would test every electrical product that was made in our country. They would do testing. You know, UL, Underwriters Laboratories.
Yep.
Now it's offshore.
Yep.
Everything's offshore.
CJ says poison, Robinson. Yeah, you don't like Robinson. Mike Perk says they never worry about those things when they lay off people by the hundreds. I agree. So why should we feel sorry for big businesses? You better roll with the punches. People don't want to come in. They don't want to sit at a stupid computer. They have lives. They have kids. And if it's a job I can do at home, why do I need to come to the office? Yeah. So this is what Martha Stewart is saying. Remote work keeps the job from getting done. This is the Shade Room's story. The businesswoman spoke on the subject during a recently published interview with Footwear News. During the sit-down, Martha took it upon herself to straight up declare, you can't possibly get everything done working 3 days a week in the office and 2 days remotely. She went on to throw France into the mix, as many people in the country famously take 1 month off, she said, typically in August. Look at the success of France with their stupid, off the August, blah, blah, blah. Before moving on, she took a shot at France, declaring that it's not a very thriving country. Martha then questioned, should America go down the drain because people don't want to go back to work? This is her 80-year-old self talking to me. Yeah. This is how you know Martha Stewart is in her 80s. She old. By the way she's talking. Plenty of loaded celebs aren't about the work from home lifestyle. Of course, other wealthy celebrities share this sentiment about the work from home gang as well. Shade Room previously reported that Tesla founder Elon Musk demanded that his staff return to the office. Anyone who wishes to remote work must be in the office for a minimum of 40 hours per week or depart Tesla. If you're there 40 hours, that's a normal job,
work week,
moron.
Yeah. Wow.
This is less than we ask of factory workers, he said. Elon also pointed out the office must be a main Tesla office, not a remote branch office unrelated to job duties. So him and Martha Stewart share that same thing in common.
They lose the argument when the person can prove that their job can be done from home. We understand there are jobs where you have to have hands-on, like what I do with help at home services, home care services, hospitals. You have to be there. Yes. Doctors have to be there. Dentist has to be there.
But why do you have to be there if you're just on a computer?
But if you are on a laptop or a computer and you're talking to someone and you don't physically need to be there to touch that computer.
No, especially if you don't even have any conversations with other people. You literally come and sit in your cube all day and punch numbers.
I remember at my job that anybody that was a manager and above was only allowed to work from home a few days a week. My manager at that time, my supervisor, I think she was my VP or whatever, she didn't like working from home. So it's almost like because she didn't like to.
Yes.
We couldn't.
And Mike says, or close those stores that are low performing. Well, that's the issue, Mike, that we were saying when we was driving. A lot of those buildings are closed.
Yeah.
They're closing a lot of their offices because they don't need people to come in there and they may have another location. Mm-hmm. And just the people who come in can just go to that location. So you don't need as many buildings. You don't need as many of those facilities.
To run a building is air conditioning, that's electricity, water.
Yep.
All of that is going on in
and
that
they paying
building.
Rent. They leasing the buildings.
That's one reason why I'm hearing pros and cons. Because to like my old company's building, a lot of people work from home.
Yep.
Our IT people are outsourced.
Yep.
So a lot of them are contractors. So contractors, they tend to come in more so and versus staying at home. So we had a different variety of scenarios, but there were parts of our building, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So that's wasted energy. Yeah. That's wasted lights on and air conditioning. So a lot of CEOs and other people are upset about that. Mm-hmm. Man, we only let it happen because of COVID. Now come back.
They want everybody to come back.
COVID made us get really
but a lot of
safe and okay.
These jobs are making them come back. If your job says you have to come back,
like
you
Tesla,
have to.
like what's his name?
It says New York City Mayor Eric Adams also is a vocal opponent of working from home, as he decreed the ideal of staying home in your pajamas all day. Back in February 22, he didn't like it. However, he recently allowed many city employees to work remotely 2 days a week. Per the Wall Street Journal.
Yep.
So a lot of them are meeting you halfway.
Right. Few days here.
You need to come in, at least work home 2 days. Then you come in maybe, the other days or whatever. 3 days.
When I had my cancer treatments, I was working home 2 days a week. And I think they allow me a third day because I was having the treatments. Right. And I was just so weak to not come in. But I was so grateful that my job was my computer.
Right.
To talk to people. I would be up late, even trying to get fires out. It'll be like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
So you have pros. That to me was the positive of working from home, because you could actually give more time to the job. Right. Because you're not in a building waiting to go home and drive home, whatever. You're home safely, but you're still working late hours. Right. So it's gonna be a pros and cons with that.
Okay. All right, so we have time to do Donkey of the